Welcome back to the channel. History isn't just about kings, battles, and dusty ruins. It's full of mysteries that science is still uncovering today. From hidden cities swallowed by the sea to secret highways buried under jungles, the past is stranger than fiction. So, get ready as we dive into 9 of the most incredible ancient discoveries that blew scientists' minds.
Number 9.
The Maya Superhighways, one of the most astonishing discoveries about the Maya civilization, is their vast network of highways, recently revealed through advanced laser scanning technology called LiDAR. Hidden beneath thick jungle canopies, these roads were not just narrow paths, but massive stone highways covering nearly 650 square miles, an area larger than modern-day Las Vegas. Built with incredible skill and precision, many of them were constructed in perfectly straight lines, and some even aligned with astronomical events such as the winter solstice sunrise. This shows that the Maya combined engineering with astronomy, creating what could be described as an ancient GPS system. Far from being isolated jungle cities, the Maya were connected through a transportation system capable of moving armies, enabling long-distance trade, and supporting large religious processions. Remarkably, despite being over 1,000 years old, many sections of these highways remain visible today, proving.
Number 8.
The lost Egyptian city of Thonis-Heracleion. For nearly 3 millennia, the ancient port city of Thonis-Heracleion stood as the main gateway into Egypt. It was a bustling trade hub where Egyptian and Greek cultures met, filled with temples, markets, and monumental statues. Known as Thonis by the Egyptians and Heracleion by the Greeks, it controlled the flow of goods and people into the Nile Delta for more than 2,700 years. But then, a sudden disaster struck. A powerful earthquake and rising waters destabilized the ground beneath the city, turning it into quicksand. Entire temples, houses, and statues sank rapidly beneath the Mediterranean waves, disappearing without a trace. For centuries, many believed the city was nothing more than a legend, much like Atlantis. Then, in 2000, underwater archaeologists made a groundbreaking discovery: massive statues, stone columns, and even a 16-foot granite figure of Hapi, the god of fertility, lying face down in the seabed mud, perfectly preserved.
Number 7.
The true colors of ancient Greek statues. When most people imagine ancient Greek statues, they picture smooth white marble, polished and timeless. But in reality, these masterpieces once exploded with color. Thanks to modern technology, such as ultraviolet light and electron microscopes, scientists have discovered microscopic traces of paint still clinging to the surface of these ancient sculptures. The results were astonishing: bright reds, vivid blues, greens, and even shimmering gold leaf once covered the figures of gods, heroes, and sphinxes. The Greeks used color purposefully: different skin tones to indicate ethnicity, golden details to symbolize divine power, and bold patterns to highlight strength or beauty. Walking through Athens in 500 BC would have felt more like entering a vibrant art gallery or comic book world than a hall of pale statues. Ironically, art historians once praised the pure white marble as elegance itself, not realizing they were admiring faded relics that have.
Number 6.
The toxic water mystery of Tikal. The great Maya city of Tikal, once a thriving center of culture and power, faced a silent and deadly threat hidden in its own water supply. Obsessed with the vibrant red pigment known as cinnabar, the Maya painted their temples, pottery, and sacred objects with it, never realizing it was laced with mercury. Over centuries, rainfall washed this toxic substance into the city's reservoirs, the very lifelines that stored water during dry seasons. But mercury wasn't the only problem. These stagnant pools also became breeding grounds for harmful blue-green algae, producing toxins so dangerous that even boiling couldn't make the water safe. When severe drought struck in the 9th century, the people of Tikal were faced with a terrible choice: drink poisoned water or abandon their homes. Many chose to leave, which explains why archaeologists later discovered well-built houses and temples standing empty, as if the people had vanished overnight.
Number 5.
Ancient Egyptian ink recipes. When we think of ancient Egypt, pyramids and mummies usually come to mind, but their innovations went far beyond architecture. The Egyptians were also pioneers in writing technology, creating ink recipes that were centuries ahead of their time. They used two main colors, black for everyday writing and red for important names, headings, or warnings. What made their ink unique was the addition of lead compounds. While it may seem dangerous today, this clever mixture allowed the ink to dry quickly and permanently bond with the papyrus fibers. Modern scientists, using powerful X-ray technology, discovered that the lead particles actually sank into the papyrus, outlining each letter like a perfect stamp. Even more fascinating, their mixtures contained phosphates and sulfates, chemicals that modern science would not officially identify until thousands of years later. Thanks to this advanced formula, Egyptian documents, from contracts to shopping lists, remain.
Number 4.
Sunken wood circles beneath lakes across Europe. Archaeologists have uncovered an astonishing mystery: perfect circles made of wood, preserved underwater for thousands of years. At first glance, they look like random logs, but closer study revealed that these were carefully engineered structures created during the Stone Age. Built originally on dry land, the circles were constructed with precision joinery techniques that historians once believed weren't invented until much later. Over the centuries, rising water levels slowly submerged them, leaving the wooden monuments hidden beneath the surface. Remarkably, instead of decaying, the lack of oxygen in the water acted like a natural preservative, keeping the structures intact like ancient time capsules. These wooden circles raise fascinating questions. Were they ceremonial sites, gathering spaces, or early engineering experiments? Whatever their purpose, they prove that Stone Age communities possessed far greater skill and organization.
Number 3.
Sunken wood circles beneath lakes across Europe. Archaeologists have uncovered an astonishing mystery: perfect circles made of wood, preserved underwater for thousands of years. At first glance, they look like random logs, but closer study revealed that these were carefully engineered structures created during the Stone Age. Built originally on dry land, the circles were constructed with precision joinery techniques that historians once believed weren't invented until much later. Over the centuries, rising water levels slowly submerged them, leaving the wooden monuments hidden beneath the surface. Remarkably, instead of decaying, the lack of oxygen in the water acted like a natural preservative, keeping the structures intact like ancient time capsules. These wooden circles raise fascinating questions. Were they ceremonial sites, gathering spaces, or early engineering experiments? Whatever their purpose, they prove that Stone Age communities possessed far greater skill and organization.
Number 2.
Reading the burnt scrolls of Herculaneum. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, it buried Pompeii and Herculaneum under volcanic ash, preserving entire cities in a frozen moment of time. But one treasure seemed lost forever: an entire library of scrolls in Herculaneum, carbonized by the intense heat. These delicate rolls of papyrus turned into fragile charcoal, crumbling at the slightest touch. For centuries, Scholars could only stare at them, frustrated by the secrets locked inside. Then, modern technology provided a breakthrough. Using advanced X-ray scans, researchers created 3D images of the scrolls, and artificial intelligence was trained to detect faint traces of ancient ink. This allowed scientists to virtually unroll the scrolls without damaging them. To their amazement, the first readable passages revealed philosophical writings on pleasure, happiness, and daily life, giving us a glimpse into the thoughts of Roman elites. After nearly 2,000 years, the words of a private Roman.
Number 1.
The Chankillo Solar Observatory, high in the Peruvian desert, over 2,300 years ago, an ancient civilization built one of the most remarkable astronomical devices in history, the Chankillo Solar Observatory. Stretching across a ridge, they constructed 13 towers in a precise line, forming what many call a cosmic clock. From carefully chosen viewing points, the sun could be seen rising behind different towers, depending on the time of year. During the summer solstice, it appeared at the far right, during the winter solstice at the far left, and during the equinoxes, perfectly in the middle. This allowed the builders to track the solar calendar with astonishing accuracy, within just 2 to 3 days. The towers were once painted in bright yellows, whites, and ochres, creating a radiant band across the desert landscape. What makes this discovery even more mysterious is that the civilization responsible disappeared long before the rise of the Incas, yet their observatory still functions flawlessly too.